This is the book of Ezekiel 7. I've started at verse 14. It reads, "They have blown the trumpet even to make all ready, but none goes to battle. For my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. The sword is without, the pestilence and the famine within. He that in the field shall die with the sword, and he that in the city famine and pestilence shall devour him. All praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Bahashem, Rakaha, Kwadash, and the Bwana Zelda, and the apostles of the Timison who do well. A peace, blessing, and salutation to you, Akim, who are pushing these truths to the fountains of the heavenly, and being at the forefront of the spiritual war, and to make sure Jerusalem is established as a praise unit again, as in the days of old. So it is another lesson coming to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, man. It was like the day before yesterday. I was in a journey. Right now I am in another region. That's why I was not able to do my camp lesson. But when I was traveling, I was with this elder, and he was giving me I think he's a history teacher. He was outlining the consequence of the Gulf War. It was a war between Iran and Iraq, man. And it was a proxy war between the Soviet and the United States, and how it affected the global south. And when I'm talking about the global south, I'm talking about the countries which are south of the equator, and some other countries in the Asia, or what we call the global left and the global south. These countries back in the days, they were, I think, a lot of countries like now in the global south are, I say, a developing country, but the majority of the country back in the day during the Gulf War were underdeveloped. Because a lot of countries were coming out of slavery, and we went straight into the Cold War. So this elder was telling me on how life was difficult, especially over here in Tanzania, because we live in Tanzania. And if life was difficult in Tanzania, you better believe the whole entire global south, the continent of Africa and Asia. And I'm talking about countries like South America and things of that nature. So life was kind of difficult, man. And that elder was giving me, what you can call it, ABC, concerning the Gulf War and what transpired, and the consequence. And I was listening, man. He went into the point like some certain essential thing like soap, were not available. Basically, people were catching hell because of what? During the Gulf War, I think the Strait of Hormuz was closed. This is different. I think the Gulf of Oman and the Gulf of Aqaba, and some other supply chain, or what you call in logistics. When you study logistics, there's something known as a pipeline. You have a supply chain and a pipeline. Supply chain is the path in which when you order, let's say you order something from Amazon, the path in which that thing you ordered reaches you, that's a supply chain. The flow of that goods from where you ordered, let's say it's Amazon, to you, the flow of that good, that physical goods, we call it a pipeline. Concerning logistic, procurement, and the purchase, procurement and the purchase, thing of that nature. If this different flashpoint or this different strategic point get crossed, this goods, they get stuck, they don't move. The movement of goods is disrupted. The supply chain is disrupted. The pipeline die within the procurement or logistic. So back in the day during the Gulf War, these things are real, and that elder was saying, and because he grew up in the time of the Cold War, I think he was born in the cold war, going to the Gulf War. He understand about war, unlike this modern people, which including myself, we grew up in a peaceful environment. And he was like saying, man, another war is coming in the Middle East, and he was comparing to the Gulf War, and he was saying this war will be much more different because the weapons right now are very dangerous, and he went into the devastation which will come out of those weapons, man. And he was talking, man, there might be no nuke flying over, let's say, Tanzania or Zambia, but man, there will be famine, there will be pestilence, because a lot of countries over here in the global south, they depend these different painkillers and antibiotics and this other drug from this developed country, in which these developed countries they will be engulfed in the said war. She so he was put into like that, and there was this one. I think the dude is a Generation V. He was saying, no, man, that ain't gonna happen. And he gave the reasoning because Trump got elected. And I was like, this dude is mad, man. And I gave him the overall situation. No matter who is the president of the United States, this thing will get popping. So that's why I read from the book of Ezekiel 7, starting at verse 14. The point really was in verse 15. The sword is without, the pestilence and the famine within. He that in the field shall die with the sword, man. Yes, and he that in the city. So there is no exemption. There is no exemption whether you live somewhere in South Africa or whether you live in America, man. Because you got Jake over here saying, man, that war does not concern us, man, because we live over here. And the nukes will be flying, let's say, in Europe and America and the Middle East and the Far East. Will be cool over here, man. The scripture says otherwise, man. The whole entire earth will be engulfed in flames, man. That's what the scripture say, man. At least the sword is without the pestilence and the famine within. He that in the field shall die with the sword. He that in the city, famine and pestilence shall devour. Going to the book of Jeremiah, if you pardon me, she's asking, pardon my French. This is the book of Jeremiah 13 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it, even in the time of Jacob trouble, man. And it did not say the time of Jacob trouble who live in the West or in the Middle East. It's the time of Jacob trouble, man. And on the whole entire earth. It does not matter if you live on the Solomon Island or whatever you are living, man. You see, but he shall be saved out of it. So the same book of Jeremiah 15, I started to verse 1. It says, then he says, the Lord Hashem shall unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be towards these people. You see, this verse, this chapter, it was kind of talking about back in the day, but it is twofold. Things which were written for our learning, man. Things which were written for our time, were written for our learning. Yet my mind could not be towards these people, cast them out of my sight, and let them go forth. Shall it come to pass, if they say unto you, whither shall we go? Force is that symbolic, man. During the time of Jacob trouble, there will be nigger who will be asking if they know what you are doing before Jacob trouble. They know you were a prophet, even though they think we are just niggers who are mad. They try to ask some questions, man, but there won't be answers, man. Then thou shall tell them, thus says the Lord, such as for the death to the death, such as for the sword to the sword, and such as for the famine to the famine. So every Israelite will be allotted. Every Israelite who is not a part of the elect, let me put it like that. Every Israelite who is not a part of the elect will be allotted with a certain judgment, man. Be it a sword, death, famine, man. Such as for the famine to the famine, such as for the captivity to the captivity. And this happened, man. This happened. A lot of Jake got taken into captivity. That's why I was saying this prophecy was fulfilled on 70 AD. This prophecy was fulfilled during the time of slavery.
and many other instances in which the nation of Israel suffered greatly. But this same prophecy will be repeated for the captivity to the captivity. This was so there will be captivity going on. A lot of people will be let's say will be let me use that word, kidnapped. A lot of people will be kidnapped into this concentration camp. A lot of people will be kidnapped for human trafficking. A lot of things will be going on, man. So we see this. I hope you are edified. On to the next.